Listen to what President Trump had to say about that. Roll.
Do you know why they had us close our window blinds? That was not usual. Well, yeah, because you're, probably on a dangerous slate because of the sleazebags that we have to deal with.
Were you aware of any credible threat by Iran against Air Force
Well, I have
One?
a threat all the time. I'm #1 on their list.
Former Israeli Defense Forces spokesperson Jonathan Conricus joins me now. He's also a senior fellow at the Foundation for Democratic Research.
Defense of Democracies.
Defense of Democracies. Now, I want to talk about what happened overnight in Iran because it's very strange. But let's first talk about the assassination attempt against Donald Trump. What more can you tell us about it, if you know anything about it?
Yeah, it's not the first time that the Iranian regime, the IRGC, the vaunted Revolutionary Guard, have plans like this. But what I know, according to Israeli sources, is that this time it went beyond declarative and statement level and passed into more operational terms. And that triggered Israeli intel, and then Israeli intel, as Israeli intel has been doing for many, many years, decades, whether it's in Australia, in the US, in France, in Spain, in the UK, whenever we have intel that is timely and important for our allies to get, especially the life of the US president, that was passed on pretty quickly. And I think that the Israeli authorities also wanted that to be known, that the intel was passed on, and that's why there's the story in the Wall Street Journal, to make sure that not only the US public knows and the president, but people around the world, and that the Iranians know that they've been spotted.
Now, the new Air Force One that he took to Turkey was not taken back from Turkey. Does that indicate that it had something to do with the plot?
Could be. And, when you're under threat, you do things in order to change your routine, and you don't do the ordinary things that you would otherwise do. You're trying to shift things around. And I suppose that's, the Secret Service says that they did it out of an abundance of caution, which probably always is wise when you're protecting someone as important as the US president. I'm happy that nothing happened. But of course, the Iranian regime has said and continues to act on this goal, which is, in their perspective, to avenge the death of mastermind terrorist Qasem Soleimani, eliminated under President Trump's first tenure, and of course the taking out of the so-called Supreme Leader Khamenei. These are two very big issues that the Iranian regime has, and they are bloodthirsty, and they want the head of the president, and they're not shy to say it.
One of the things that the president was talking about was because it was in Turkey, his relationship with Erdogan, and of course Erdogan wants some of the F-35 fighters, wants to buy some of them. Israel says that would change the balance of power in Israel. I don't know what the final decision is going to be on that subject, but the whole question of Erdogan and whether we can trust him. He is a member of NATO. Yeah. He's an ally in that sense, but he's done several things that are directly opposed to what we believe in and what we fight for, literally. Not only his open support of Hamas, which of course was responsible for October 7th, but there's good reason to believe that he had something to do with the creation of ISIS.
Definitely. I mean, Turkey provided the logistic background for the creation of ISIS. The open and porous border between Turkey and Syria was what facilitated the growth and then the establishment of ISIS. That goes back a few years. But Erdogan and his regime, they have had their fingers in many pies. They are all about Muslim Brotherhood. They're about passing this extremist interpretation of Islam. They're about picking a fight with Israel, and they are about threatening Europe. But, the F-35s, that would be a major blow to Israel. It would be a major blow to regional stability. It would really rupture the balance of power in the region. I don't think it would serve American foreign policy purposes. And I think that an ally as loyal as Israel, fighting wing to wing, side to side with the Americans, and doing so and receiving praise from all of the generals and the Secretary of War and everybody else, we shouldn't be exposed to having a future, very serious potential enemy equipped with the best that America can offer. That would be a very bad thing for the region.
Jonathan Conricus, thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
All right.